This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, August 9th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Yesterday morning, just after 1 a.m., an Annapolis man was stabbed in the back as he tried to break up a fight. This all went down in HACA's Harbor House community in EASTPORT, and the Annapolis Police Department responded just at about 1 a.m. yesterday morning for a report of a stabbing, and they discovered an adult male victim who said that he was outside in the area when a fight broke out. He attempted to intervene and break up the fight, but was assaulted by an unknown suspect. He was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and the Annapolis Police Department is asking for anybody that has any information to give them a call at 410-260-3439. Hey, if you are having trouble getting internet, if you are a low-income household or possibly a household with disabilities, listen up here. Comcast has announced that they are expanding eligibility for their program called Internet Essentials, which is a program to get internet into those households. This will now include all qualified low-income households in its service areas, which Annapolis is one, and they say that the expansion will accommodate more than 3 million additional low-income homes. Currently, they have 7 million households that have access to low-cost internet. Now, to be eligible to apply, you have to show that you're participating in one or more of a dozen different government assistance programs. Medicaid, SNAP, which is the Food Stamp Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, Supplemental Social Security. If you are participating in the National School Lunch Program, you're eligible. If you live in public housing, you're eligible. If you receive HUD Housing Assistance, including Section 8 vouchers, you're eligible. If you participate in the Veterans Pension Program, if you are a low-income senior or a disabled senior, and some community college students are all eligible to apply. What this does for your internet cost, it brings low-cost, high-speed internet to you for only $9.95 a month. To get more information or to apply, and they do have it in many different languages, so if you are a Spanish speaker, that would be one of the languages, but you can go to internetessentials.com. And sort of in a bizarre kind of a story, the United States Naval Academy had a professor named Bruce Fleming, and he had some unconventional methods of teaching. He was fired for those unconventional methods of teaching, and then he went and he appealed it. The board that heard his appeal said, yeah, you probably shouldn't have been fired, and they ordered the Naval Academy to reinstate him and give him back pay. Well, the Naval Academy said, nah, we're going to appeal the appeal. They are paying him, they are keeping him busy, but not in the classroom. But in my opinion, what this is more about is not so much his unconventional teaching methods. It's more about his overt criticism of the Naval Academy more than anything else. And if you needed some proof of that, in the Capitol today there is I'm at a loss of any other word other than a bizarre letter from a former public affairs officer, John Schofield, from the Naval Academy. Now, Schofield was the public affairs officer 3 public affairs officers ago. And boy, this was a passive-aggressive column, he said. At one point he says, in truth, I didn't mind Bruce. I liked him. I still do. I think he's incredibly smart. But then he goes on and says, and then it struck me, that's who Bruce Fleming was and always wanted to be when he was teaching at the academy. He was Donald Trump. He would push the envelope, he would criticize and wow his students and peers with his irreverence for the standards of civility and mainstream education. Why? For the betterment of the process in the institution? No. He did it for himself. He wanted the attention. It's clear narcissistic behavior. He continued on, the problem was this. Bruce was, and still is, I presume, so utterly preoccupied with himself that he does the academy, his students, and himself a disservice. Bruce does indeed fantasize about the headlines. That's true. Instead of doing that, he should fantasize about being a better educator. And then he closes out the column saying, hey, I'm not trying to poke fun at Bruce here. Like I said, I like him, and I think he has a lot to offer the students at the Naval Academy, an institution I believe in and have come to love. With friends like that, who needs enemies? All right, that does wrap it up for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. We never know what's coming down the pike. You want to click on that first link in our show notes because it'll tell you all the different ways that you can connect with us. And if you are someplace where you can give us a rating or a review, please do that. And of course, Give us a recommendation to your friends, family, and colleagues. It is Friday, so we have our list of things for you to consider doing this weekend. We also have George Young with your local DMV weather coming up, just like he does every day of the week. And right now, I got to tell you a little bit about Kegs and Corks.
Hey, it's Gina Crash. Join me Saturday, August 17th for the Kegs and Corks Festival at the Anne Arundel County Fairgrounds. Tickets benefit the Special Olympics of Maryland and include a souvenir glass, unlimited wine and beer samples, plus live music by Amish Outlaws, J. Coursey Willis and the Stone Authors, and XPD Band. Enjoy over 80 Maryland wines, 40 craft beers, incredible food, unique arts and crafts, and more. Go now to kegsandcorksfest.com for tickets.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, August 9th. A warm finish to the work week today for all of Anne Arundel County, with highs near 90 and a chance of PM showers and storms as a front moves through the region, which should set up a fairly nice August weekend with plenty of sunshine and highs 84 to 89, with a chance some spots hit 90-plus degrees. But on the whole, it should be a great weekend to get out and about, so finalize your plans now and have fun along the way, as we're now only just a few weeks away from meteorological fall, the Labor Day weekend, and the return of most kids to school across the region. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great weekend out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DC MDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Looking for a place where you can dine, catch a live music performance, shop, and enjoy weekly entertainment all in one place this summer? Head over to the Annapolis Town Center, where food, fun, and events are happening all summer long. Enjoy happy hour at a restaurant, jam out to a live local performance, watch a movie under the stars, and shop tons of stores. It's all happening at the Town Center. For more details, check out the Town Center's website at visitatc.com.
Every weekend, there's something exciting going on in the Annapolis area. Be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net to sign up for a newsletter highlighting all the weekend events. Here are our top picks for this weekend.
Thank God it's
I'm not sure who's in charge of planning events for Annapolis, but I think whoever did it this weekend has something for everybody. Good job. Hey, throughout this weekend, it is the Celtic weekend. We don't have the Annapolis Irish Festival this year, so historic London Town is celebrating their Celtic weekend as they do every year. It starts tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. with an Irish whiskey tasting. There are a few tickets left, and you can get them at historiclondontown.org, but Saturday and Sunday is going to be days full of dancing, woodworking, reenactments, poetry, fashion, reading. Goes from 10 a.m. to 4:30 both days. And the admission for the Saturday, Sunday is $12 for adults, $10 for seniors, $7 for youth, free for members. But the whiskey tasting does have a cost associated with that. Again, you can find out more information at historiclondontown.org. Also this weekend, if you are a car buff, it is Corvettes all over Annapolis. It's going to be on West Street, and it starts out Saturday night with a Corvette fans happy hour from 5 to 7 at the rooftop of Metropolitan Kitchen. They're going to have about a dozen Corvettes right out on West Street for you to ogle. Saturday morning will be a Corvette fans brunch at Stan & Joe's at 8:30 a.m. and they are going to have a special breakfast buffet in the morning, and they're going to donate 20% of the brunch to Arc of the Central Chesapeake, which should be a great little fundraiser for them. But at 9 o'clock, the main event really gets underway on West Street. There will be 75 Corvettes that will be filling the first block of West Street, similar to like what they do for First Sunday Arts Festival. It is a third annual event, and these cars are something to be seen. You will see some old antiques as well as some of the newest Corvettes. Tonight, if you want to sit under the stars and listen to the Pressing Strings, you can do that at the Annapolis Town Center. It is part of their summer concert series. Pressing Strings is a three-piece singer-songwriting Maryland-based group, and hard to nail down their music, but let's go with folky, funky, and organic. It is a free concert at the Annapolis Town Center. It gets underway at 7 p.m. a little bit later on tonight. Maybe if folky, funky, and organic is not your thing, but mariachi is. I've got an answer for that. Caliente Grill from 7 to 10. They are having a live mariachi band coming in. They also will have their great food and drinks. Good family atmosphere. Learn a little bit about a different culture. Again, tonight at Caliente Grill from 7 to 9. I keep mentioning this, but this is one of my favorite tours that Watermark does. This is the Architects Tours, which they're offering this again tomorrow from 10 to noon. They don't offer it every single weekend, and it is a really good one. If you are interested in the architecture of our town, what some of the buildings, why they were designed, and everything else, this is led by licensed architects. It is a fairly significant walking tour. It takes about 2 hours to do, but if you have even an inkling of 17th and 18th century architecture, this is the one for you. Again, that's tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Also tomorrow morning, brand new, starting out, Mercado Hilltop Farmers Market. It is a Mercado-style market, and they're going to have fruits, vegetables, flowers, food, handmade goods, piñatas, and more. It will be held every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the parking lot of the Salvation Army on Hilltop Lane, which is just next door to the Pip Moyer Rec Center, and it will go through September 28th, weather permitting. So if it does rain, it won't be happening, but that's kind of a cool addition there. Tomorrow night, over at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium, the Chesapeake Bayhawks take on the Denver Outlaws. 7 p.m. is game time. My suggestion, get down into the Bud Light zone, enjoy some Bud Lights from on the field right up there where the action is. Sliding into Sunday, there are a few tickets. I looked a little bit earlier today for UB40. Yes, Red Wine is coming to Maryland Hall. The show is at 8 o'clock. Tickets range in price from $42 to $56, and they've sold over 100 million records, along with dozens of chart-topping singles. That will be one great show to see. UB40. Hey, a little bit of trivia if you ever get stuck in a trivia thing. Who wrote Red Wine? Neil Diamond. And finally, Sunday, it kicks off Maryland Tax-Free Week. Yes, it's a full week where you can save that pesky 6% sales tax on certain items. It is most clothing and shoes, as long as the individual items are priced under $100. And if you're buying backpacks or briefcases, the first $40 will be tax exempt. You can find out all the specifics as to what's included and what's not at taxes.marylandtaxes.gov. So if you're shopping for back to school, warm up your engines on Friday and Saturday and get shopping on Sunday. All right, there's a lot there. Pick 1, 2, 3, pick them all. Doesn't matter to me. Enjoy yourself safely and responsibly. We'll see you here on Monday, and have a great weekend.
There is a diamond of diamonds. It's from De Beers. Only 14 diamond tears in the world can touch them. Its name, Forevermark. And Zachary's is the only jeweler in the Annapolis area that has it. Not only is it beautiful and rare, it has a story, supporting women in diamond-producing areas around the world. So when you give a Forevermark diamond, you don't just give, you give back. Zachary's and Forevermark, a jeweler and a jewel. Online at zacharysjewelers.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.